way I see it, the sales can build a star. So once you become an expert in your field, other people want to know. When that started happening to me, at that point, I had a scarcity mindset where I was like, I don't want other people to know. Our legacy is not the money we make. There's a famous quote by Zig Ziglar: if you help other people get what they want, you will always get what you want. The way I see it, the sales can build a star, but then if you add leadership to that, you're a superstar. So the difference between a star and a superstar is pretty simple. A star, I love sports, right? So a star can go out in a basketball court and get you 30 points or whatever the case may be. A superstar is your Wayne Gretzky's or whatever. They can make everybody around. They can make other people into stars.
They make them look good.
Yeah. So that's where leadership comes in.
Leadership and work, like the work mentality and leadership. How do you make a jump from being a salesperson to jumping into a leadership role? Like, what does that entail? Like, you're not just going out and I'm a leader now. I know all this stuff. I'm just going to spew it out.
I would say experience. So what happens is it happens like without you knowing it. So what happens is, you guys heard of your 10,000 hours makes you an expert at something, or 10,000, whatever it is, right? People say 10,000 hours, so let's just use that. So once you become an expert in your field, other people want to know, right? And then when that started happening to me, at that point, I had a scarcity mindset where I was like, I don't want other people to know, right? Like my secrets, right? Yeah. Why would I share, right? Why would I make my competition better, right?
Right.
But then as I got on to more like a spiritual tip, or, everyone uses spirit, just awareness, we can call it. I just adapted more of an abundance mindset, and things happened in my life. I'm sure you guys had things in your life. Like I told you guys, I grew up with two brothers. My older brother passed away, which sucked. Hopefully that doesn't happen to any of you guys, but people that are hearing to this, everyone has their story. But the point of it was, I'm like, you know what? Our legacy is not the money we make.
Oh, yeah.
It's the contribution and how much we help. So to answer your question about the leadership, I think once you adapt a more abundance mentality of like, the more people you help, the more people you cheer for, the more the universe gives you. But that's not why you can do it.
Yeah.
It just help for the reasons of helping. Like sales, you're in real estate sales, right? If you're with a client and you're thinking about your commission check, they're going to read right through it.
For sure.
You want to help them make money, help them get the best house, right? So now that's all it is. So experience
and all business
abundance
is
thinking.
a win-win, right? Like inherently, it's a win for them, it's a win for you.
Exactly.
Goes both ways.
Yeah. Becoming a father had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
More drive or?
And the drive was always there. So I want to say more drive. It would be more of selflessness, like helping others. Like that's all I did for my two boys.
Right.
Yeah.
Helping them, like, teaching them and whatever. And then when you start thinking about the collective conscious. So why do I love my kids? It's because they're my blood. But actually, you guys are my blood too. It's actually a collective conscious, right?
Yeah.
So I know it's hard to think that way, but we're all interconnected. The more you help, the more good vibes you get. You vibrate in a different frequency, and the more the universe helps you. But that can't be why you do it. It's a whole the law of attraction kind of thing.
Yeah, the last part's really important. That can't be the reason why you do it. It's just an outcome.
You nailed it.
Yeah, that's
can't be like I want to give more to get more, but it happens. Like there's a famous quote by Zig Ziglar, which I really like, and I'll probably mash it up, but paraphrasing, it's like if you help other people get what they want, you will always get what you want. And it's really powerful.
That comes with a certain amount of selflessness. Also, you keep mentioning abundance.
Yeah.
Like the abundance mindset.
Yeah.
People don't just come up with abundance mindset, or there's people they are inherently not selfish and they do want to give back to the community.
Yeah.
But they have very little.
Yeah.
So is there a trade-off there where people just keep giving, but then maybe their intentions are not to make money?
There's a difference between an abundance mindset and someone that's naive.
Okay.
right? So I think a true abundance mindset, you're always living in abundance, not scarcity. The only thing I could say is maybe it's not money that what they're after, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's relationships, or maybe it's health, or whatever the case may be. But if you tap in that true abundant mindset, there is no way that you're going to be living in lack.
Most people, when they start off in their careers, they start off very scarce, and then they become abundant over time. They have like a rock bottom moment, and then
Yeah.
did you have?
Oh, dude, the rock bottom
Yeah,
moments,
talk
man.
about that.
Like, like the growing pains, that's a thing. The most interesting people that I met have been through shit. When you go through something, you go one of two ways. You either
For
go to
sure.
a very dark place, or you become a very angelic person because you start understanding. But I don't think you can grow without pain.
For sure.
Think about it. You grow taller, you get knee pains. Any growth requires pain. Growth in your business. People like you were talking about, like entrepreneurship, man. That shit ain't easy.
No.
Are you kidding me? Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. They think they're gonna get a Ferrari. No, man. Like, at least when you go to a 9 to 5, you come home, you can shut it off. When you're an entrepreneur, you never shut it off. You're constantly thinking. So it's and like nobody's accountability is a big thing. You have to be have self-discipline,
Yeah.
and nobody's holding you accountable. That's like when I said I went to university, no one was taking attendance. I never showed up.
Right.
If you're not showing up for your own business, what's gonna
Happen to it. Yeah. I think for a lot of people, that rock bottom moment is really well defined. Do you know what that moment was for you?
when my brother passed away?
That was okay.
Yeah, 1000%. My brother passed away in 2011, November 1st, 2011, which was All Saints Day. He got diagnosed with brain cancer in 2010. So within 13 months, he became a guy like me, big and strong, to pretty much a vegetable. He lost his sight. He lost his, sorry, not sight, his speech, his movement, was in a wheelchair. It was horrible, right? Because it's not even that he passed away. It was like the suffering I had to see him go through. But I don't want to make this about me. It was about he had to go through it.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like if I get tired on a treadmill, I'm like, dude, my brother wishes he could walk right now or run
man,
right
that's
now.
powerful.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell are you to feel so tired right now, right?
Right.
So that was my point where I was like, I started understanding life better because I was holding his hand when we had to pull the plug. And I was like, man, like, dude, like, nothing means anything except for your time. People want money because they're really trying to buy their time to do the things they want to do with the people that they want to do it. Having billions of dollars or millions of dollars and not, I couldn't buy him another breath. So that was my time. And then what happened after that is somehow I started emptying my cup. What do I mean by that? My cup was full of negative. It was just people, places, and things that I didn't want in my life. So how do I get? But if your cup is full, it's full, right? So I had to empty it. So that spiraled into my divorce. That spiraled into like getting rid of all the friends that I grew up with that were just had substance abuse problems and were just into dumb things, and I just couldn't hang around that energy. I became the guy where negative people would try to get positivity from, but you can't be that source all the time. So I emptied that cup, and then I went through a period of like loneliness, which I love because I'm okay with being by myself.
Yeah.
And then what started happening as I started transitioning, amazing people started coming into my life. Then I met my new wife, who's just ultra amazing. She was the first person that was like, this is like 7 years ago, that just more amazing things. And even now, it's like just snowballing. So to answer your question, it was the passing away of my brother
Yeah.
and the introspection that happened,
Yeah.
and really studying of what that meant, and also being disciplined enough to go and brave enough to do what you're supposed to do. Some people would stay in places that are wrong friendship, wrong marriages, instead of actually being brave enough to change it. But I don't think if I went through that, so I always say that my brother's death was the worst thing that happened to me, but it was also one of my greatest gifts.